I notice a lot of YouTubers that talk about and cover semen retention on their channel. I notice that some of them, they like to always use this clickbait title of, you know, semen retention gets you all the females, or female attraction on semen retention is real. Now, I'm not here to say to, basically disagree all the way. It's a yes and no, right? To a certain extent, there is female attraction on retention. You know, if you are to retain your sperm and be sexually disciplined, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's not pretend that we don't go through a dry season as a man where we're not getting no sex. We're not getting no female attention. And I'm going to just say this one time only. If your main goal of semen retention is to gain female attraction, then that is how you are going to relapse, okay, eventually. And you're just wasting your time. You don't really have a set goal, or you don't have a core reason as to why you're doing this practice. You're wasting your time at that point. There's no such thing as all this abundant female attraction. Some dudes, they go days, weeks without a woman even talking to them. That's just the reality, right? And if you're someone that doesn't even go out all the time, you're busy working, you're busy, fulfilling your purpose, accomplishing your goals, then you're not going to have much time to even interact with a lot of women, if not any at all. But you know what? That's the respectable way to go about your life as a man, because you can't be focused on these females anyway. One thing I learned is that you got to allow females to choose you. You have to allow them to see the value in you. You got to allow them to pick you, and stop going to all these places, clubs, bars, all these social gatherings just to catch some tail. Because your only reason to get a woman now is to smash. It's to have sex. That's the only reason. I mean, if you're really being honest with yourself as a man, the only reason why you want to talk to a lot of women, and the reason you think retention is going to work for you because of the female attraction, you're only doing it so that you can get some head. You're only doing it so that you can get her in bed and possibly plant your seed in her, and then 9 months later she popping out a baby, and then you're crying the blues about how this ain't your child. She's making it all up. She got pregnant by some other dude and whatnot. Nah, you just weren't ready for the responsibility. You just were not prepared, and you weren't using your head. As a man, you need to establish yourself in all walks of life, all areas of life. This is common sense. Do not become influenced by these clickbaiters that use retention as a way to, put female attraction on some pedestal, right? That's only going to influence you to hold in your seed just for that reason only. And that's not looking at life in a bigger picture sense. You're only thinking about the next time you're going to release. It ain't nothing wrong releasing into a woman. But let's look at your life. Let's look at where you're at in life. You don't have a lot of money in your bank account. You don't have a skill. You're not learning a trade. You're not in a better place mentally, spiritually, and physically. You're not all the way disciplined. you know? And it's like a lot of women, they have standards of all nationalities. They have standards. They have their type of they have their type of man that they will entertain. And if you're a bum out here, if you're not making anything out of yourself, then no woman's going to want to give you the time of day. And that's just the reality. That's just the reality, man. You know? Some of these YouTubers, I'm not saying a lot of them, but some of them, they will influence you to think that female attraction is the be all end all. Okay? And don't think because a woman is, looking at you, that don't mean she want to just get right to it. It takes time to get to know a woman. Before y'all even lay up together, you got to build that relationship. SEX, that's going to eventually come, within a month of knowing one another, But not all women are going to be chasing you because you're retaining your sexual energy. That doesn't work that way. It does not work that way. So, all I'm telling you is to not be fooled. Just because, this YouTuber, he's practicing retention, and he's telling you about his female attraction stories and all that stuff. For you as a viewer, that really shouldn't even matter to you. Because why do I care about someone's female attraction story? That don't matter to me. I'm focused on my own path. And whatever ladies want to, be with me or deal with me, give me the time of day, that's my life. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about what other dudes and what women they're getting. No, I care about what women I'm going to get in the future. That's what I'm focused on when it pertains to ladies. What lady am I going to get? What lady is going to see the value in me? What lady is going to look at me and say, okay, that's a man that's on his purpose. That's a man that's really getting shit done. I want to spend my time with him. I want to build something with him. I want to procreate with him. That's the only lady I'm concerned about. And you should be the same way too. Like straight up. It's only for them to get more clicks, right? Because it's something popular to talk about. But you as a viewer, you're not gaining any value. You're not gaining anything educational. No. Some guys get on retention just to be a whoremonger. Just as an excuse to be a whoremonger. Because they're only focused on the attraction. And so they think a lot of guys who are on retention, they're going to start focusing more on the attraction. And you see what happens? A lot of men, they start steering away from their purpose. They start steering away from their path that they're supposed to be on. They lose focus. And then they become focused on chasing tail. They become focused on sleeping with women. And there's no core reason to be with a woman. It's just for you to have a whole bunch of sexcapades to tell your audience. Which ain't nothing wrong with that. But you got to look at the principle. You got to look at, the influence. I don't care to hear about a guy and other women that he's getting. I don't really care to hear about all that. That's none of my business. I'm only concerned with the women that I can get, at the women that's interested in me. That's the only thing I'm concerned about when it pertains to women or female attraction. But because you get female attraction, that does not mean she wants to automatically sleep with you. Okay? And it doesn't happen all the time. It may happen to a point where women, they respect you, they show you respect, they may offer you some things, and they may, like, give you the time of day, and they're more feminine towards you, but to sleep with you automatically and just want to be your woman all, out of nowhere, there has to be a relationship built first. So, and my female attraction in terms of, my own life, women have showed me kind gestures, not wanting to throw tail at me. It's really not that serious. But once again, a lot of you guys will click on those type of videos of female attraction just to listen to a bunch of, nonsensical dialogue at the end of the day, because that's what it is. So, with that being said, man, I just want to make that point and clear all that up. Be aware of all these clickbait, semen retention, female attraction videos. It's really just all vain at the end of the day. And it just shows you that, okay, that person is only focused on the female attraction. They're not focused on winning in life. They're not focused on, building up wealth. They're not focused on getting in better shape. They're not focused on their own skills, their own, creative ideas. No. So, this is the Warrior for Christ. If you enjoy this video, make sure you give it a like up. More content is to come. I'm out, and peace.